Five Out Basketball, 5 segments, 5 takes. This is the podcast for NBA conversations. This is 5 Out Basketball, and it starts in 3, 2, 1.
Do we want to figure out if we're kids or old heads?
Let's figure it out. Come on.
So we're going to move on to our next segment, our final one of the day. And it's playoff season. And me and Everton came up with a fun idea. What team is better, this current playoff team or a historic version of that team that had some sort of playoff success?
Yeah.
Maybe I didn't explain it well enough, but it's going to make more sense. So pretty much, so Everton, I should clear this up with you. Are we saying what team's better or what team we think would win?
I went with what team I think would win in this series.
Okay, perfect. So
Okay.
I have 3 Eastern teams. Everton has 2 Western teams, and we're gonna figure out which team would win in a game or series.
Yeah. Series.
Okay, let's have some
Why
fun.
not?
We're playing some playoff basketball. We're getting on the 2K method.
All right. Come on.
So if it didn't make sense, you'll get it after this first example. Because Everton, which team would win in a series? The 2023-2024 Knicks or the 2012-2013 Knicks? Let me break.
Okay.
I didn't have to break down rosters. You had to figure out that easily.
Oh, yeah. 2012, 2013. That's when they lost to the Pacers, right?
Yeah, in
Yeah.
6, and then they beat the Celtics in 6.
Okay. Yeah.
For our listeners, sorry,
Oh, yeah,
I'm gonna break it down for our listeners.
Yeah, you should.
Let them make their input first.
Yeah, you should do that. Yeah, go ahead.
The current Knicks team is 7th offensive rating, 10th defensive rating. I think you guys know their roster by now with Brunson, DiVincenzo, Hart, OG, Hartenstein, Randall, and healthy can be the starting power forward wherever you want. Then Miles McBride, Robinson, and Precious Achiuwa.
Yeah.
The 12-13 Knicks were the number 2 seed as well with a record of 53-29, 3rd offensive rating, 18th defensive rating. Raymond Felton, J.R. Smith, Steve Novak for a majority of the season. All right, we're going to assume Amari Stoudemire's healthy in this situation because Steve Novak's not starting for me. Raymond Felton, J.R. Smith, Carmelo Anthony, Amari Stoudemire, Tyson Chandler, Jason Kidd, Iman Shumpert, Steve Novak, Pablo Pergoni. I'm glad each team has an Italian. I can't pronounce. I'm glad each team has an Italian to represent.
Okay. So now that you broke it down, I will say this. I think the current Knicks team would win. Here's why.
How many games?
6.
Okay.
So here's why. I like Carmelo, but he's never really been a great playoff performer. And the way that this Knicks team is constructed defensively, OG might have Melo in hell, bro. Now, I'm not going to say, it's a perfect 1-to-1, but when you can have OG on Melo and then Mitch Robinson in the paint, Josh Hart, you know what I'm saying?
And to bounce off that, we saw when the 76ers team had MVP and Joel Embiid and a second star with Tyrese Maxey. This team has Melo and then J.R. Smith, Amari Stoudemire, Raymond Felton, the 6'2", 250 point guard. Let's be serious.
Yeah. So I think the roster construction favors this year's Knicks. And then who's guarding Jalen Brunson?
Raymond Felton?
Yeah. Okay.
I dare Jalen Brunson to post up Raymond Felton's all I'm gonna say.
I mean, yeah, he might not be able to move him. He might not be able to move him.
The Jalen Brunson D Wade move we were talking about would actually give Raymond Felton brain contusion. That would actually kill him off.
Exactly. So
his slow ass not keeping up with that.
He's not keeping up with that at all. Yeah. And then bench wise, I think J.R. Smith would be coming off the bench because he was the 6th man of the year that year, if I'm not mistaken.
When I went on their basketball reference, he had the most starting minutes for a shooting guard.
What?
He had most minutes. He had most minutes played.
Oh, most minutes played. Oh, okay, yeah. But he won 6th man of the year in 2013.
That's cheating.
Yeah, I don't know how they did play that off, but he did come off the bench. But when I look at the bench, outside of JR, I mean,
dude, old man Jason Kidd's not moving the needle for you.
Oh my goodness, 40-year-old J Kidd is not. I mean, he was okay. He was cool, but come on, bro. Compared to having a bench with Bogdan or Bojan, Bojan, I don't know why I said his name. Miles McBride, Miles McBride is low-key nice, bro.
He's been fire.
And then Hardenstein. I feel like I'm missing another person. But all in all, I think the Knicks' current bench is better. All in all, bro, I got current Knicks in 6, bro. I think they're just like the roster is way better, like constructed than that old Knicks team.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. This is a straight up sweep. I'm taking the
Oh, you
current
got
Knicks
sweep. Wow.
because the 76ers were able to make this game competitive because like they had a really good defense while having an MVP caliber and one
That's
of the best
true.
second options
Well,
in the league.
Tyson Chandler was a really good defender.
18th defensive rating compared to what the Sixers were doing with Embiid and all. Like
Actually, no, it
you,
was
you
the
tell me
next year.
you tell me Steve
No,
Novak's gonna help with these switches and all
no.
that. Like JR, no. The 76ers were just better constructed. I don't think this Knicks team's given the current Knicks team any problems.
Yeah, maybe I was a little generous, which was ironic because when we were in our playoff prediction, I wasn't so generous.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm all in all, we agree that the current Knicks will win. But
Absolutely.
you have it as a dog, like just dog them. But
Yeah.
hey, we'll never know, obviously.
Uh-huh. So
Okay,
Everton, what's gonna be the first Western matchup we look at?
the first Western matchup. I like this one because this is one people been discussing this a lot, and based on what we just seen, it would be fun to I want to hear what you got to say.
Mm.
2023-2024 Denver Nuggets versus the 2020 Bubble Lakers.
Ooh. Ooh. So let's see. You get LeBron, you get 80, you get JaVale McGee, you get Dwight Howard, you get Rondo.
Caruso,
Caruso was moving needles.
Danny
Um,
Green, KCP,
you got
Kuzma.
some nugget pieces on there.
You do, yeah.
And dude, that Dwight Howard was low key the method for Jokic, man.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I like the Lakers bench a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
I was like I would say the final peak season you get a LeBron.
Mm-hmm.
80 was great,
Mm-hmm.
but there wasn't a crowd. They didn't have to play in that Denver Nuggets amplitude, with how the mountains work.
No, okay. That's true. That's true. That's a
That's a
fair
good
point.
one. Hmm. It's just that LeBron's different, man. Like
Yep.
I love Jokic, but that's just a LeBron you can't. Especially that's probably the best passing LeBron we've ever seen as well.
Mm-hmm.
80's 3-point shot hasn't fallen off just yet.
That mid-range jumper was nasty then too.
Oh, but this Nuggets team's just so good, man.
My bad. I didn't mean to stump you, bro.
I'm gonna take current Nuggets in 7. I mean,
Ooh.
I like the stars on both teams, but when it comes to role players, I'm just trusting Michael Porter Jr. more. I'm trusting Aaron Gordon more over a Kuzma, and then that because Denver Nugget KCP is better than LA Laker KCP as well. So when it just comes down to the tiny things, I just trust the Denver Nuggets role players a little bit more. But that's a great series because, dude, that Dwight was low key the method for Jokic, and that's a crazy sentence to think about in 2024.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna have to low key disagree. I take the Lakers, but it
Ooh.
would be like 7. So it's not like it's like I think the Lakers would just dog them. Here's my reasons. Like you said with Dwight, I think Dwight and JaVale McGee were like the two best guys to have next to AD playing Jokic. Like that was the
Yeah.
way you do it, right? Having two centers with AD, right?
Mm.
And then, like you mentioned, that was probably the last. Oh, why do they keep showing this? The last, like peak LeBron, where best passing LeBron, his 3-point shot was still pretty solid.
Yeah.
His athleticism was still like, whoa, you're still getting up like this, buddy.
Uh-huh.
Like that was like a really good LeBron. Like we're talking about like damn near best player in the league still, LeBron. Like I'd say Giannis was probably the best player in the league at this point, but like he was definitely probably number 2, right? We're talking about that level LeBron. That was probably give or take the best AD, depending on how you feel about this year's AD. And then the way the role players are, because here's the other thing, right? Here's what I consider this year, right? The Lakers really just lost because they can't keep leads. But every game they could have won. Let's be honest,
Yeah.
right? They could have won damn near every game.
Uh.
But because of either one coaching or two role players, they crashed out every time. When I look at that Lakers team, we're talking about better coaching because Frank Vogel is the coach.
Yeah.
So I don't think he'll crap the bed like Darvin Ham. No hate. No hate. I'll hate. Yeah, I'll hate. And then the role players. Alex Caruso was really consistent on both ends. Like, I'm not gonna say he's gonna lock up Jamal Murray, but how many other guards can you really feel comfortable putting on Jamal Murray, right?
Exactly.
And then
I don't think
two,
Caruso was all that offensively yet. Like I think he took a massive leap with the
no,
Bulls on the offensive side of the ball.
yeah. He got better on the Bulls, but I think for what it's worth, defensively, that's where you got.
So I think he said both sides.
Oh, did I say both? I might have said both sides. If I did, I apologize. And then Danny Green, I know he's a bit of a meme.
Uh-huh.
At the end of the day, he was still good on both ends of the ball, at least defensively. He was going to play some defense.
Mm-hmm.
His shooting might be a little inconsistent, but he was going to play some defense. KCP, again, I'd take probably current KCP over that KCP, but he was, again, a 3-and-D guy, right? You had Kyle Kuzma, who you never know what you're going to get Kyle Kuzma,
Yeah.
but if he's making the shots, cool. If he's not, he's kind of just whatever. And then, like I said, with the two bigs, LeBron, all that, I just feel like, and the coaching, I feel like all the things that went wrong for the Lakers this year, and they were close with the Nuggets, they're way better at then, and the roster construction is better, and a lot of their flaws are their strengths. So I take the Lakers.
A question I have with that is like, yeah, you can put Caruso on Murray, you can get these double teams on Jokic. Who on that team is defending a 6'10" Michael Porter Jr., who's playing the best basketball we've ever seen from him. No public school Michael Porter Jr.
So that's the only thing I wasn't that like I wasn't that confident in was the MPJ thing, right? Like I feel like they could have Aaron Gordon wouldn't be averaging freaking 15 and 12 or whatever. Like I don't see that happening with Dwight and JaVale down there with AD on the 4.
Yeah.
But with MPJ, I was kind of like, he was the only one I was looking at like, what can you really like? Who? Unless you just say F it, put LeBron on him, but LeBron shouldn't be having a guard MPJ. Let's be honest. So that's a good question. I don't even know.
Yeah.
Unless I'm literally blanking on another person. Your best bet is. I don't think he was on that team. He wasn't on that team.
Yeah, I thought he was because that's where he got his only chip.
No, he was
he got
no,
with the
Raptors.
Yeah. My fault.
Unless you want to be ballsy and put KCP on him or something, but again, the height difference is just not favorable.
That's collard greens. That's caviar.
Yeah.
Mac and cheese.
He's a tough one, but I'm gonna still stand by the Lakers. I think the Lakers will win that.
And then I really love Michael Porter Jr. and Aaron Gordon in that series. That's why I think role players are so pivotal in that one. Because it's definitely 7 games. It's definitely
yeah. Definitely.
So I'm gonna move on to my second series.
Go ahead.
I try keeping this one with the current team versus the past same version of that team. So you'll see a lot of mixed match.
Oh, I see. Okay.
The 2023-2024 Celtics versus the 07-08 Celtics. Because this team has the finals or bust narrative. So let's look at the last time the Celtics won the chip. That Celtics team, they were 10th offensive rating, number 1 defensive rating. This current team's 2nd offensive rating, 5th defensive rating. Both number 1 seeds. The 07-08 team won 66 games compared to the current Celtics 64. But in the playoffs, it wasn't super easy. Hawks in 7, Cavs in 7, Pistons in 6, Lakers in 6. But just the starting 4 of having Rondo, Allen, Pierce, and Kevin Garnett. And then they had some guy at center.
Some bum.
Yeah, they had some random. Kristaps Porzingis has a smile on his face. Kendrick Perkins.
Man. Yeah, free eats.
And then Eddie House, Tony Allen, Big Baby Davis.
Oh my God.
This team had memes at center.
Oh my goodness.
Maybe the method's just having meme Celtics. Because you look at the bubble Lakers, they had JaVale McGee and Dwight Howard. That's just memes.
Damn.
Was DeMarcus Cousins on that one?
He was on the team, then they cut him.
Oh, got you.
Before he got to even play.
I would say, yeah, that's just meme center galore.
Yeah, low key. Damn.
Yeah, so what team you taking in that series?
You know what's funny?
What's up?
These teams literally have the same issues.
Isn't that nut? Okay, I give the 07-08 Celtics team one because I know the current Celtics teams have a point guard, but no one's moving the ball like Rondo is on that.
No. Hell no.
I think that's a flaw for this current Celtics team. They got 2 really good guards, but none of them are a true passing point guard. No,
I agree with that. No, especially Rondo level. Yeah. Definitely not. Especially playoff Rondo. Oh my God. But
different animal.
The problem that both these teams have, they play with their food. No, like you just said
Yeah.
with the '08 Celtics, what, 7 with the Hawks?
Yeah.
And then who was after?
Cavs in 7.
Ca- Cavs in 7, and then in the conference finals was it
Pistons.
Pistons in 6,
Yeah.
and then Lakers in 6.
Hmm.
Okay. The Lakers, I'm not gonna throw any shade at because it was freaking Kobe and Powell, so I'm not gonna. That was gonna go 6 or 7 anyways. The Pistons, that was the Pistons on like their last leg, and
Yeah.
how did you still go? Whatever. The Cavs, LeBron, I respect it. Whatever, it's LeBron. But the Hawks,
Yeah.
why did you go 7 games with the Hawks? Like, come on. So they have the same issue with this whole playing with their food thing. But when you look at like top to bottom, it's kind of the same thing where it's like you have 4 guys, and then the rest of the team. Kendrick Perkins. Okay, let me stop with the whole bum thing. He was legitimately a decent center at this point in time.
Yeah.
But this is before,
I like to hate.
me too. Kendrick. I don't really like Kendrick Perkins, so I'm not mad at it. But if I'm being completely transparent, he was legitimately still a good center at this point in time,
Hmm.
defensively especially. Oh my. Um, sorry.
That's all
Um,
good.
Kendrick Perkins was still legitimately a good defensive center. And then the bench is like,
Get
yeah, you
off
see why I
me.
did what you
Vulnerable.
would call it? Just put him in a basket. Oh my goodness. And then the bench is like Tony Allen, again, a really good defensive player to have.
I
Like,
love Tony Allen.
me too, man. First team all defense.
Mhm.
Eddie House, come in, make a few shots, cool. And then who else? I'm blanking.
James
Oh,
Posey and Big Baby Davis.
okay, never mind. But like you look at the Celtics bench, it's kind of like, okay, Peyton Pritchard, Luke Cornett,
Sam Hauser.
Sam Hauser, who make a few threes.
Yeah,
Like,
Horford though.
oh, Horford, that is true. Fossil Horford at that.
Yeah.
But I ain't gonna lie. As much hate as this '08 team gets, I think I might still go '08 because no one's moving the ball like Rondo.
Yeah. It doesn't matter if you have two elite defenders like Drew and Derek White. Rondo's finding the opening.
He's finding them. Ray Allen, yo, I know he's not Curry, but who's stopping Ray Allen from knocking down all them threes,
Yeah.
right? Paul Pierce, he gets a lot of hate. He was a dog, bro. Like,
I'll still hate. I don't care. Paul Pierce is a loser.
he says some crazy things, and I don't agree with most of what he says.
Yeah.
He was a dog, though.
Yeah.
He was a dog.
He was a bucket.
He was a bucket. And then KG was a dog. This is deep boy KG at that.
Yeah.
This is pre like injury KG. This is defensive player of the year KG.
Hmm.
So he'd be probably the best defensive player on the floor.
And he still
And
give
they
you a bucket when you need.
he was damn near gonna he was best player on that team, by the way.
Yeah.
Like, no argument. I know Paul
Yeah.
Pierce won Finals MVP. KG was the best player on that team.
Yeah.
And then Kendrick Perkins in the middle. I'm going '08 Celtics, man.
How many games?
Uh damn. 6. Oh damn, I didn't even see your hand.
That's
6.
funny. I'm also going 08, 7, 07, 08 Celtics in 6. I think they have enough where you can space the court where like the defense you're gonna give because I know this current Celtics team is insane defensively, but you have enough spacing things where you can make it work. So Rounds can find the opening. You can have Allen on the line. Pierce can score wherever he wants, and KG's just gonna put his shoulder in a Tatum or Porzingis and feast on it.
Yeah.
It's just like, and then this current the 07, 08 Celtics team is just the number one defensive team ever, so they're gonna give this team problems as well. I
Mhm.
just trust the offensive spacing of the other team more because Jason Tatum, he's not really he's not attacking the rim. Ray Allen and Paul Pierce defending the perimeter though doesn't really move the needle for me.
They weren't terrible defenders though.
Yeah, because here's the thing: like Jason Tatum refuses to like attack the rim, and now he's got KG and
Exactly.
Perkins in the rim. He's not going there at all.
No, he's not. He's gonna just take a bunch of jumpers, and that's usually when the Celtics end up losing games. No
Yeah,
hate.
I gotta go the 07, 08 Celtics in 6.
And that was my other point. I don't trust this Celtics team enough to one. This is an arbitrary thing. Who's a dog on that team? Like, who's an actual dog?
On this current team,
No, on this current team,
Derek White.
he's a dog. You're right. But outside of him,
There's no dogs.
no dogs. And then
Maybe some of those like white little ugly crusty dogs that like all the white women have.
exactly, that's the only That was really specific. Those are the only dogs they have. JT, look, respect you as a player. He might crumble under pressure.
Mhm.
Jalen
Especially that
Brown,
shit talking they're gonna be getting too.
yeah, KG
Yeah.
might say something crazy to Tatum, and then he's
Yeah.
probably gonna get in his head,
Mhm.
right?
He's just gonna bring out Kobe one time.
He could be like, "Hey, you text him today? You text him?"
Good morning, Boo. I miss you.
Like he might say something crazy to JT, and JT might
Yeah.
be thinking about that the rest of the week. So I just feel like the OA Celtics are more equipped to beat them, bro. Simple as
I
that.
like that. I like that. So, what's your final matchup? You got Everton.
So you went for the more like same team thing. So I didn't do that. I should have probably that would have made more sense. But I got the 2023-2024 Timberwolves
Yeah.
versus the 2018 Rockets. So obviously the Timberwolves have Anthony Edwards,
Yeah.
Cat, Gobert, Conley. We got Jaden McDaniels, Nas Reed, Alexander Walker, Kyle Anderson. List goes on. 2018 Rockets. This is prime Harden, prime Chris Paul because he was
Yeah.
still an All-Star. Clint Capella, PJ Tucker, prime PJ Tucker, which I don't know why I said prime PJ Tucker, but good PJ Tucker. um, Trevor Ariza, Ryan Anderson, Sixth Man of the Year, Eric Gordon.
Yeah.
Um, wow, Everton. Luke Mbabu. Why did I say that? Anyways, he's actually good. He was a good defender back then.
Yeah.
Full disclosure. But all in all, Timberwolves were the number one defense this year
Mm-hmm.
and the 15th to 16th best offense. The Rockets were the best offense this year and the seventh best defense.
Is this the team that went 0 for 27?
Yeah, it was.
And you want them to go against this Minnesota Timberwolves
Oh,
defense when they might go 0
dude,
for 27?
that's
They
such
might
a.
go 0 for 60.
Oh my God, that's such a once in a lifetime thing, bro. There's no way they do it again, bro.
Hey, with this defense, anything's possible. We saw what they were doing to those 3 stars. I know, like,
Three?
2.5.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just this Timberwolves defense is just it's one of the best defensive teams we've ever seen. I just don't think the Rockets are compatible to go against that. I know you got prime Chris Paul, which is cool, and you got one of the best James Hardens we've ever seen in the sport.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just Devin Booker was considered the best shooting guard in the league, and then we saw what they did to him. Who knows what's gonna happen to James Harden's chain when he goes against this defense, bro? I gotta be
Well,
honest.
okay. Okay.
And then I know the Rockets also have a good defense, but we've seen Anthony Edwards go against the best of the best, and he's still getting his buckets. So I gotta I feel kind of bogus saying I trust this current AD or this current Anthony Edwards over this like MVP James Harden, but just I've seen James. This is a big thing too. We've seen postseason James Harden. We've seen postseason Chris Paul.
Mm-hmm.
With
No, Chris Paul, okay, he has some bad moments, but if you look at his playoff numbers, they're actually good. My fault.
hit this clutch three to make it a 37-point game.
Oh my.
But yeah, it's just like we know Harden's like legacy, and if he's gonna have to go against with his legacy against this elite defense, that concerns me too much. I'll give it a
Fair
6-game
enough.
series for the current Timberwolves.
Okay. Okay. I'm mad at your reasoning. My whole thing when I was thinking about this was who's guarding Ant? I've seen Cat struggle against this Rockets team, but I'm not gonna hold that against him. That's year 3 Cat versus like year 7, 8 Cat at this
Yeah.
point. So I can't hold that over his head. Clint Capella and Rudy Gobert,
No offense.
realistically, yeah, it's just kind of the same thing at
Just
that
sit in
point.
the paint, dummy.
Yeah, literally get on the block and get out the way.
Yeah.
Um, but then yeah, like you brought up with James Harden, we know playoff James Harden. We
Yeah.
know playoff James Harden. I mean, look, if this is earlier, like if this is like a first rounder, then you're gonna get a good James Harden because
Yeah.
usually he's not bad in the first round.
Yeah, when
But
those legs ain't tired.
once we get to them later rounds, and it's like, I don't
Yeah.
know. And then Chris Paul, this is one of the last times he performed good in the playoffs, so I won't say bad about him. Um, ooh, and then the rest of the team, like this one's tough.
That shot by Kyrie was tough.
That's why I said ooh.
Yeah.
The thing is, right, here's why it's making this hard. Pause. That 2018 Rockets team went 7 games with the 2018 Warriors. One of the teams we considered like one of the greatest teams, if not the greatest team ever. Like, I can't just act like that didn't happen,
Real.
you know? And low-key, they were up 3-2 on that Warriors team before Chris Paul got injured, which is something to consider. Now, I know it's two different things, but they were 1 game away from beating that Warriors team. I don't know if that, because I don't think that Warriors team is better than no. I think that Warriors team is better than the current Timberwolves. I feel like we could both agree.
I can agree on that, but
So it's like
it's like stylistic matchups though, like how we talk about like UFC, like when the best striker goes against like a somewhat decent grappler, we see what happens.
True, and if you know anything about UFC math, it's never just you lost to Volkanovski 3 times, so that means I'm gonna beat you too.
Yeah,
you know what I'm getting at, right?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're getting at.
Yeah. But it's never that perfect. I don't know. This is very tough because a team that almost beat the 2018 Warriors. I don't know if they'd lose, but okay, stylistically, I think the Timberwolves would probably handle that.
Yeah.
But because of what I've seen the 2018 Rockets do, I'm gonna go 2018 Rockets in 7? No, 6. Because if it goes to 7, they might miss 27 straight threes.
Yeah.
But no, I'm gonna go Rockets.
Yeah, I'm gonna disagree with Everton on this one just because I trust Cat spacing and then Anthony Edwards going against Clint Capella in the paint. I know who I'm trusting in that scenario. And just the defensive matchup, I just think it's a nightmare for that Rockets team.
Not mad at it. Definitely not mad at it.
Thank you so much for tuning into this segment of the 5 Out Podcast. I am Joey LeMaster, and me and Everton are so thankful for your guys' support. If you want to keep supporting us, please check out the full podcast on Spotify and follow our TikTok account. Both of those will be in the bio, and make sure to leave a like and stay smooth.